sophomore from Davenport, Iowa. A strong off the hands of Horde. Joust at the net. Adana Rollins able to keep it in play. Back to Rollins. And a great block up front. Hannah Clayton and Courtney Buziero. And Iowa's up 1-0 early. Ortega to serve once again. Overpass. Donna Rollins able to dig it back up. Back to Rollins. Roll shot for her. Back to the left side. Parker digs it up. Hampton over to Rollins. Another block at the net. And another win for Iowa. It's Clayton and Buziero up there once again.
Really like to see Penn State here attempt to get Horde in the offensive here. She's such a force whenever she's crashing the net.
Quick little 2-0 run for Iowa to start this one. Penn State stays in system. It's Horde down the middle. Her roll shot was handled well. Stark digs it up. Penn State out of system. Back to Rollins. Great job by Hinkle to dig that one up. And there's a kill for Iowa. Buziero. We talked about her at the top of the broadcast. Jordan, 18 kills last night. She's second in the Big Ten in kills per set at just over 4.
Absolutely. And as we mentioned, you know, Iowa's not having the season that they wanted to have, but this is them at their best here. Whenever they get in a rhythm, they're efficient, and they just really put their opponent on their heels there towards that back line.
Parker sails that one wide. 4 straight points for Iowa to get this one started. Johnny Parker struggled last night, hitting only 125, struggling early on tonight. And we're going to get an early sub for Penn State. It's AC Fitzpatrick, a Florida native, checking in for Adana Rollins. Fitzpatrick, not much action for her this season, but Russ Rose pulling a card out of his back pocket early on, trying to get a spark for his team. Horde, that one's sent right back. Hampton digs it back up. Here's Fitzpatrick right in, and what a start for her. Stayed on the board, 4-1 Iowa.
Yeah, much needed, and just like you mentioned, Jake, Bam comes right into the game, makes an impact immediately for this Nittany Lion team.
AC Fitzpatrick, so a lot of times start in most matches. He's an outside hitter last season, but has been relegated to the bench for much of this season, especially with the transfer of Adana Rollins. Roll shot, Fitzpatrick digs it up, making her presence known early. Sent over by Stark. Back over, Fitzpatrick tries to send it over, but she can't. Knocked out of bounds. Kendra Hansen.
Really smart play there by Ortega for Iowa. She was reaching for that, but just decided to pull back on that one.
So Iowa gets it right back, set the serve. Hansen. Here's Parker, left side. 4 touches on Iowa. Double contact, actually, they'll call it. We'll see our first sub of the night for Iowa. Slagle checks in. Hansen checks out. Penn State to serve. It's Fitzpatrick, who we talked about. Doesn't play often, but getting a look early on here in the first set. Hard serve from Fitzpatrick. Penn State wins it. Caitlin Horde. Great job by her, block at the net. Had 11 of those last night, including her 500th career block against the Golden Gophers, and Penn State's within 2.
It's really where Horde is at her best here. Her blocking ability, see what she can do here.
Another strong serve off the right hand of Fitzpatrick. But this time Minnesota gets it. It's Buziero again, gets her second kill of the night. And Iowa gets it back, doubling up Penn State, 6-3, still early in the first set. The libero Marie Hinkle set the serve. 19 service aces coming into the weekend. Horde again, down the middle. That's a point for Penn State. Was touched at the net by Amaya Jones, and Penn State's within 2.
Get to see Slagle back now here to serve for the Nittany Lions.
It's the libero Jenna Hampton, wearing the navy blue, set the serve for the Nittany Lions. Iowa stays in system. Dug up by Fitzpatrick. Blossom Roll shot. Holland gets the kill. Penn State within one.
Penn State. 5 serving 6.
Ellie Holland, 5 kills last night. Spending a lot of time in the starting lineup after playing sparsely last season, only 8 sets for her. For the sophomore from Hilliard, Ohio. Here's Hampton. Jones right down the middle. Splits the Penn State defense. Iowa back up 2, and we'll see for the first time tonight. Toyosi Onabanjo.
Obviously their lead here starting to go away, but Iowa early doing a great job of just not letting Penn State get on any runs here.
Buziero to serve, 6'5" senior. Penn State an overpass, and Amaya Jones makes them pay. That's her 2nd kill tonight.
They're up 8, serving 5 with a substitution.
An uncharacteristic start for Penn State tonight against an opponent that, at least on paper in Iowa, the Penn State is superior than. AC Fitzpatrick checks out. Maddie Bilanovic checks in. Russ Rose looking to shore up the defense as Hampton sends a free ball over. There's Buziero back to Jones, and it's blown dead. Double contact on Iowa. Penn State leads 8-6, trails 8-6, excuse me. Johnny Parker to the back line to serve.
Parker has such power here on her serve. See what she can do.
Parker took a little bit off of that. That's been something to watch for Parker as Jones, excuse me, Onabanjo gets the kill for Iowa, 9-6. That's been something to really pay attention to from Johnny Parker in some way, that she's grown in the last 4 seasons. First 2 years, a very hard server, a lot of power behind the serves for Johnny Parker. But really the last couple of years, she's worked to vary up her serve, take some off of it. And the results have paid dividends, a lot less service errors. The category she led the Nittany Lions in as Blossom can't collect that one. And it drops. Iowa in the double digits now, 10-6.
Yeah, Blossom and Hampton there just got mixed up on the communication there as that ball came over fairly low and they just couldn't handle it.
Addie Vanderweide, the freshman, serves. And she serves it long. So Penn State gets it back. Angelina Stark will serve for Penn State, the freshman. Fitzpatrick checks back in for Bilanovic. Be interesting to see how much both of them see the court tonight. Here's Stark's serve, a low one. Good receive by Vanderweide. Over to the left side, sent over and way out of play by Kendra Hansen, and Penn State cuts the lead to 2.
That's 2 mistakes there. 2 balls hit way too far out there by Iowa. Just little mistakes there that they just can't have if they're going to try to hold on to this lead here.
Stark into the net for a service error. Number 8 on the season. And Iowa gets it back 11-8. Penn State has been teetering down about 2 or 3 most of this first set. Down by as much as 4 early on, 5-1. Jones into the net. And Penn State gets it back 11-9. Horde will check back in. Hampton checks out. And Allie Holland steps to the back line to serve for Penn State.
Both team servers really trying to vary their speeds there. As we were watching here before we got started, Jake, we saw Amaya Jones warming up, and just really the sheer power that she has on her serve there definitely took something off of it there. Trying to catch this Penn State team off a little bit.
Hits the tape off the serve from Holland. Knocked out his system as Iowa. Free ball sent over. Here's Fitzpatrick. Out of bounds. Looked like it might have been tipped at the net. That's what Penn State was asking for. But the officials do not agree with that. Officials tonight, Brett Myers, R1. Brett Hemmelgarn is R2. Here's a serve from Ortega, the setter. Received by Hampton. Horde down the middle. She gets herself another kill. Number 2 tonight for her. State's back within 2. Nittany Lions really need to get on a bit of a run here if they want to take the lead here in this first set. Blossom to serve, the senior setter from St. Louis, who has been a staple in the middle for Penn State these last 4 years. And that one's out of bounds off the hands of Fitzpatrick going up for the block. Iowa gets it back, increases its lead to 3 as Kendra Hansen will head to the back line to serve. There's Blossom, there's Horde, and there's kill number 3 for her.
And on her last 2 kills, Jake, we've really just seen the power of Horde there. Both times just hitting the Iowa player and ball flying out of bounds.
So Fitzpatrick will check back out. Vilanovic checks in for Penn State. She'll head to the back line for the first time so far tonight. Spent a little bit of time at libero, mostly the beginning of last season. Jenna Hampton missed a little bit of time to start that season back in the spring. So Vilanovic, some valuable experience for the sophomore. And it's a net violation on Iowa. So the serve goes to Penn State. It's a young group. Mainly an older, experienced team, but a young group on this Penn State team that's really going to be looked to over these next handful of years. We said Hampton's a senior. Pritchard, who we haven't seen yet tonight, is a 5th-year senior. Horde's a senior. Blossom's a senior, among them Donna Rollins and Johnny Parker. So players like Maddie Bilanovic, who's at the service line, are going to be looked to these next couple of years to really bridge that gap with a lot of experience leaving Happy Valley. And there's a kill. Stark ties it up for Penn State. The Nittany Lions finally even things up, 13 apiece here in the first.
What a play there by Stark to track that one down after really an ill-advised touch there on the far boundary. Able to salvage that one there for the Nittany Lions.
Bilanovic serves again. Buziero with a strong kill for Iowa. With the Hawkeyes back up 14-13. An Iowa team has never won a game against Penn State, 55-0 all time. Are the Nittany Lions dating back to the team's first matchup in 1991. But they're hanging tough with Penn State here in the first set as Blossom sets that one and Horde kills it. Her 4th tonight to lead the team. Caitlin Horde absolutely on fire.
As Horde checks out, as we see Allie Holland sub in for her here. Horde absolutely coming alive here in the second half of this first set.
Jenna Hampton, the libero for Penn State, set the serve. Jones down the middle, great dig by Blossom. Stark behind the line, sends one over. Back to the left side, double block by Penn State, but it's knocked out of bounds. 15-14, Iowa back ahead.
Slagle working really well there against Parker up front. Second time we've seen her really take advantage there, and they're just not able to handle it.
Courtney Buzerio to serve. Off the tape. Nice job to receive. That one was Bilanovic. Parker opts for the roll shot, and it's a net violation on Iowa. Penn State gets the point, ties it back up, and now we'll see Johnny Parker, we just mentioned, to serve. Sub for Iowa also. Jenna Split checks in for Kendra Hansen. So Johnny Parker go for the medium speed serve her first time at the back line. Opts for the same thing this time and just misses it long. So Iowa jumps back ahead 16-15. One thing you want to avoid tonight, Jordan, especially against a team that on paper you are much better than, is those self-inflicted errors.
Absolutely, and it's really been kind of sloppy play so far on both sides as we've seen Iowa now a number of net violations, Jake. Both teams struggling to keep the ball within the boundaries here as well.
Stark misses that one wide to the left. Iowa's back up 2.
17 serving 15.
Addie Vanderweide, the freshman outside hitter, serves it into the net for a service error, number 23 for her this season. And Penn State's down 1. Angelina Stark to serve for the Nittany Lions. The 13th ranked recruit the class of 2021. She's made her presence known early for Penn State. Had 7 digs last night. Blocked at the net, covered by Iowa. Back to Hansen, dug up by Rollins. Down the middle, dropping it right in the kitchen is Allie Holland, and Penn State ties it up again at 17 apiece.
And we've seen it with Holland and we've seen it with Horde so far. This Penn State is at their best whenever they are attacking the middle of the floor. We've seen them miss a few end lines there.
Here's Jones, goes with the roll shot. Hampton has to set it. Here's Rollins, works across court to the back corner. And Penn State, for the first time tonight, takes the lead.
An illegal attack is
Actually,
an illegal, that ball went out.
So an illegal attack, it looks like, was caught on the Nittany Lions, so Iowa gets the point. Caught a bit late, blossom over to the referee on the stand looking for an explanation. Russ Rose does not opt to pick up the green card and challenge this one, so we'll play on. Penn State down 1. Here's Rollins, and there's time. She gets the kill. We continue to ride the seesaw here, 18 apiece. Both teams still have both timeouts in their back pockets. Penn State led by head coach Russ Rose, as we said, season number 43 for him. One of the best to do it in NCAA volleyball. Here's Holland, almost an overpass. Iowa saves it and collects itself a point, 19-18. On the bench for Iowa, a little bit of an interesting situation. So William Tackey and Dave Brown, both technically assistant coaches, are splitting the head coaching duties after Vicki Brown was fired as the head coach of Iowa back on November the 4th. Horde gets a kill, ties it up at 19 again.
And she's starting to feel it here.
A national search is underway by the Iowa Athletic Department for its next head coach. It's been a disappointing couple of seasons out in Iowa City. 4-16 last season, 6-23 so far this season for the Hawkeyes. Buzario gets blocked at the net by Horde and Parker, 20-19. Penn State ahead, and it looks like we will get a timeout in the Wisconsin game right now, where Minnesota up 23-13 with 2:40 left to go. And if Minnesota wins that game, Iowa heads to Indy next week, as that one's dropped in nicely by Kendra Hansen. So for those that are joining us that are Hawkeye fans and have a vested interest in football as well, there's a strong possibility could be heading to Indianapolis for a matchup with Michigan in the Big Ten championship game next week. Hampton receives that serve. Horde once again down the middle, and once again gets a kill, number 6 tonight. Caitlin Horde has been a wrecking ball so far early on in this match.
I was going to focus in here, Jake, as it would be absolutely heartbreaking for them as how they performed here early to lose this first set.
They would waste a strong effort by Caitlin Horde. Penn State up 1. Cassie Kirshen checks in for the first time tonight, the freshman defensive specialist to serve. Came into the weekend 11 service aces, 20 errors on the season. That one's received. Hampton digs it up overhand. Parker with the kill. Penn State up 2.
First time we've really seen Johnny Parker really just get into her spike there, as we've seen her mess around with some roll shots here earlier on and taking a lot off the ball.
Johnny Parker, kill number 2. Set the serve into the net. It's a service error for her, number 21 on the season. Gives a point back to Iowa. Big serve coming up here for Marie Hinkle. We're going to keep the Hawkeyes in this first set. Hinkle, the junior libero. Big serve here. Goes with the float. Horde again, and another kill. Caitlin Horde, number 7. here in the first set. She's hitting 700 so far for Caitlin Horde, Penn State's leader in hitting percentage on the season at .408.
As she subs out here in favor of Holland, has also had some success here early on.
Joust at the net, hits the tape. Hampton, a great job to dig it up. Stark goes of a soft one. Hampton, excuse me, that's Blossom, had to go off her shoulder and out of bounds, and a big kill there for Iowa.
And that ball just rotated weird there off the hand. Blossom unable to track that.
The leader on this Iowa team, Courtney Buzerio, set the serve. Hampton receives it. Here's Parker. It's dug, but an overpass blocked out of bounds by Ortega, and Penn State is 1 point away from winning set number 1 against Iowa.
The crowd gets standing here.
Johnny Parker to serve. Hits the tape and hits the ground. It's an ace. It wasn't easy at times, but Penn State finds a way to escape in set number 1 against Iowa, 25-22. Switch sides, as was a rule instilled last season due to COVID. Gabby Blossom leads things off at the service line for Penn State. Roll shot, Rollins just punches it over, and then winning the battle there was Hannah Clayton. Haven't called her name much tonight. That's only her 3rd kill here in set number 2. There's a service ace. Kendra Hansen just dropped it right into no man's land. So Iowa up 2-0. Hansen serves. Hansen, who missed a little bit of time last season with an injury, but has had a strong season for the Hawkeyes. Buzerio, it's dug up by Penn State. Horde down the middle again, and what do you know? It's Caitlin Horde with kill number 8 tonight. Penn State's first points here in the second set.
Do you think she's going to have another strong set, Jake?
I have a hunch. Caitlin Horde, 12 kills last night against Minnesota. So we said already up to 8 so far tonight, early in the second set. Tipped at the net. Great job by Stark to dig it up. Backline attack from Rollins, the Minnesota transfer. Here's Buzerio, gets the kill right between the diving Jenna Hampton and Adana Rollins, and Iowa. Once again, a fast start to this set.
See if they're able to maintain it here now. As Hinkle's back to serve.
Float serve. Hampton has to come up to receive it. And Horde, once again, take that number 9 tonight for Caitlin Horde.
And just like clockwork, she checks out again for Holland.
Caitlin Horde, not somebody who steps to the service line much, if at all, for this Penn State team. No aces, 2 errors on the season, and sparse time back there. And Amaya Jones, right down the middle, drops it in the kitchen. Doubles up Penn State's lead, 4-2. Maya Jones so far tonight, 4 kills. 4th on the team this season in kills. And that's a service error from Buzerio. Had 4 last night. Leads the team in that category. Penn State gets it back down 1. Johnny Parker, who had the service ace, a bit unconventional. Off the top of the net to end last set. Serves here. Vanderweide gets the kill. Addie Vanderweide, the freshman outside hitter from Adam, Michigan. Now she'll go back to serve.
Rollins really struggling here for the Nittany Lions so far at the beginning of this set. That's about the 2nd or 3rd one she's just been unable to get to.
Line drive serve. Rollins down to Anita receive. Here's Stark, tipped at the net. Over to the left side. Penn State keeps it in play in system. Down the middle. It's Holland trying to attack there. That middle has been identified as a weak spot in this Iowa defense. Parker works the sideline this time. All over the place is Iowa as they just sent a free ball over. Holland drops it in the middle, gets a kill. Penn State down 1, 5-4. Seeing this Penn State team tonight either work outside in or just work straight down the middle, as we said, have found the soft spot in the middle defensively for this Iowa team. Stark serves into the net. Service error for her, and Iowa is back up by 2.
Yeah, Jake, we've really seen, especially Holland and Horde have both found considerable success there right in the middle of that Iowa set.
Penn State in system, Holland again, and there's a kill. Once again, right in the middle of the court. Kill number 4 tonight for Allie Holland, second on the team in that category. Still a ways behind Caitlin Horde, though.
Now she's back to serve now. Horde comes back in, standing at the logo.
Allie Holland, the sophomore, as we said, played sparingly last season. Spending a lot of time in the starting lineup this season, blocked by Penn State. Tough time for Iowa to cover. Buzerio will send a free ball over. Down the middle again, it's Horde. This time, Buzerio digs it up. Over on the left side, there's a kill. Kendra Hansen. Kill for her, number 4 tonight.
She goes back to serve now. Ortega, I tell you what, Jake, she had an absolutely amazing dig there to keep that ball up in the air, and Iowa able to take advantage here, see if they can build.
Ortega serves the setter. Received by Rollins, doused at the net. Penn State re-corrals. Rollins trying to attack down the middle. Hinkle digs it up. It's Parker with a dig. Penn State knocked out a system. Back to Parker from behind the line. And Johnny Parker gets killed. Only number 3 tonight. She struggled last night, hitting 125. Parker up to 286 after that kill. Penn State down 1, looking for another run to reclaim the lead. Gabby Blossom the serve for the Nittany Lions. The senior from Missouri. Tipped at the net. Hampton, a great dive to keep it in play. Rollins at the net. Covered by Iowa. Another great dig by Penn State. Great defense on this point, and Stark sails it just wide over the back quarter, and Iowa up by 2 again.
Just wide there after a good keep there by Parker on the far boundary.
Hansen serves. It's a soft one. Horde, another kill. 10. Double digits for Caitlin Horde. Still pretty much midway through the second set.
For the Hawkeyes, Sligo returns. For the Nittany Lions, Rollins is serving at 7.
Adana Rollins set the serve for Penn State. One of 6 siblings. The Texas native. Able to dig it up on the back line. Horde again. Another kill for Caitlin Horde. The Horde show continues.
Not as much force on that kill there, but you see her almost like palm and carry that ball almost. Obviously didn't do that, but just a little bit off of that one there to find that soft spot there in the middle, Jake, that Penn State's just been hammering this set.
Buzerio, great job Rollins, down to Anita Diggett. Stark trying to go with the roll shot, but she keeps it a little short. Another hitting error for her. Really struggling in the hitting department tonight. Stark only a freshman. You're seeing a bit of that rawness from Stark. You know, the potential is there for her. She's really looking to capitalize on the opportunities that she picks up for Stark. The freshman from Colorado Springs. Parker goes with a roll shot. Great job by Slagle to dig it up. Penn State keeps it in play. Back to Parker, tipped at the net, and there's a kill for Johnny. Penn State ties it up at 9.
Jenna Hampton serving the Nittany Lions. We're tied at 9.
Libero Hampton set the serve. It's her second season as the starter at libero. Spelled Kendall White, who had a historic 4-year career with Penn State. The Zion, Indiana native. And that one is a kill for Iowa. 10-9 Hawkeyes lead, once again teetering on the seesaw between these two teams.
Iowa doing a good job here early in these sets. So far, they've avoided the errors here in this one that just plagued them the first one.
Stark again, and this time she picks herself up a kill. That's the potential that you talk about when you look at somebody like Angelina Stark, averaging just over a kill a set. But she's getting the opportunity, she's getting the look. She's somebody who many can expect to take a big step forward between year 1 and year 2 here in Happy Valley. Jones has to go sidearm, but she went around the net on that one. So Penn State grabs its first lead of the set, 11-10 Nittany Lions. Down the middle, great job by Parker. Down the middle for Penn State is Holland. Great job by Holland, the work from the logo towards that left sideline. Penn State up by 2.
And Holland and Blossom, such good chemistry up front there for the Nittany Lions. As you see, neither of them panic there. Blossom sets her up nice, and Holland gets the little touch over.
That one sailed out of bounds by Johnny Parker. Penn State's lead down to 1. But an opportunity here for Penn State to try and run away with it over these next couple of points. Iowa's held a lead for pretty much the first half of both sets so far. Penn State teetering and was able to run away late. Penn State knocked out a system. Stark left side, great job by her. Works the back line, another kill for her. 13-11 Penn State.
Stark to the service line, 13-11.
Stark go back here. As you mentioned, Jake, so much potential with her here. It looks like now actually she's going to sub out in favor of Linovich.
Russ Rose opting for his sophomore defensive specialist. Bilanovic set to serve. The Ohio native goes low, hit towards the bottom of her hand on that serve. And Iowa gets the point, back down 1. If Penn State wants to start to pull away, Jordan, you have to avoid mistakes like that.
Yeah, as we mentioned, and if they want to continue building their resume, Jake, as we mentioned, you know, they can win 3 sets here against Iowa tonight. They have the ability and the talent to do that. It just comes down to how that goes and how they look doing it.
Vanderwide has some issues controlling that one, but Jones able to keep it alive. Blossom, Holland, roll shot, kill. 14-12, Allie Holland on the kill. And we talked, Jordan, about, you know, the resume for Penn State. And the big question really for Penn State is, will they get an opportunity to be one of the 16 host sites for the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament starting next week? And this is the Penn State team dropped 3 in a row heading into tonight, 7 of 9 sets overall. And then they're struggling against Iowa tonight, so selection committee, when they meet tonight and tomorrow, and before that announcement at 8:30 tomorrow on ESPNU, you know, where will Penn State land? That will be the big question. They'd love a couple more matches for these seniors here at Rec Hall. Sophie Walsh checked in for the first time tonight. She had the serve. Parker tries to go with the roll shot. Free ball sent over by Hinkle.
Horde, no.
And Penn State gets the kill. Nice job by Horde to Rollins. A little bit of a different connection there. Horde in the middle setting it up. And Penn State leads 15-12.
Yeah, even she faked me out on that one there, Jake, as a second that Horde went in the air there, I thought that she was looking right in the middle of that Iowa defense.
A lot of times you'll see setters go for the fake set and then move that dump move. That time Horde gets the kill. But a little different there. You see a middle blocker and Caitlin Horde look like she's going to go for the kill. Then she sets it, and Iowa, sensing this one getting away a little bit, will take a timeout and we'll step tonight. Setting the serve again. She sparked this run at the service line. Dump move. Penn State able to cover. Rollins. Great dig by Hinkle. Kind of just scooped over there. Penn State looking to get back in system. Rollins joust at the net. Iowa all over the place. Parker able to dig it up. Horde, roll shot, drops it in for the kill.
And Parker is fired up there after she had 2 great digs there on that exchange.
Johnny Parker, 9 digs last night. 5 so far tonight. Left side, blocked by Penn State. Iowa can't cover. 19-12, or 18-12 is the score now. 5-0 run for Penn State. Sophie Wall set the serve again. Brusario able to get the kill, a big one for Iowa, as you could sense the wheels starting to fall off for the Hawkeyes in this second set. Still holding on by a thread, it feels like, but Penn State really trying to find a way to put it away. Ortega serves, float. Hampton a great job to receive it. Rollins sends it over, great dig by Hinkle. Down the middle, sends it just long. Vanderwide, we'll see if they take a look at it. It was very close. Down at the sideline, neither coach for Iowa motions towards their green card, so we will not see a challenge here. Penn State leads by 6.
And Rollins on that exchange there, you saw her put a lot on that one. She's only got 2 kills so far tonight, but I tell you what, she is just rocketing that ball over the net.
Stark, dug up by Iowa. Brusario, Hampton keeps it alive. Here's Rollins with a free ball behind her back. Iowa this time able to get the kill. Ortega, but a great effort, especially by Jenna Hampton, to retreat back and keep that one alive. Penn State still leads by 5, 19-14. Horde, way long there, a little bit too much. Behind that one for Horde, Jordan. Got a little too greedy, I guess you could say.
Yeah, a little bit too greedy on that one there, Jake, as it looked like it almost went off the side of her hand there. Just couldn't line that one up right.
Parker, bit soft there. Brusario, interesting spin off that one, but she gets the kill. Iowa now within 3.
A little bit of a miscommunication there between Blossom and Rollins there. You see Hansen's been having some success here.
Blossom able to keep it on Penn State's side. Joust at the net, sent back over by Iowa. Blossom sets, Horde mistimed her jump. That's a hitting error by her, and now you can feel the wheels falling off for Penn State.
Pulled Blossom aside there. She had 2 miscommunications there, as we see that ball fly out of bounds there. She had some miscommunications there, kind of a mental error there on that setup to Horde there. Really just telling her to settle down as she remains out there for the team.
Emily Arthur saw some time last year as setter when Blossom missed some time at the beginning of the season. A name to keep an eye on tonight if Penn State opts to go to another setter. But for right now, it'll trust its senior, one of the best setters in the conference, and Gabby Blossom. Cassie Kirshen checks in. Serve for Penn State, who's up by 3. Down the middle, Parker and Horde went up for that block, but they couldn't do anything with it, and Penn State is up by 2. Donna Rollins checks back in for Kirshen. Rollins, as we mentioned, faced her former team, Minnesota, last night. Penn State lost 3 sets to 1. Lost the first 2, excuse me, and then won the third. Here's Parker with the kill. Number 5 tonight for her. Penn State closing in on winning set number 2, 21-18 the lead. Jenna Hampton, the libero to serve. She had a career milestone last night, career dig number 1,000. Puts that one into the net, 21-19 now the score. Courtney Brazario set the serve. Leads the team in kills per set, and attacks. Right now she's at the back line to serve. The 6'5" senior right side hitter. A great job there. Amaya Jones with the kill. Iowa back within 1. See Angelina Stark check back in for Penn State. Erica Pritchard, haven't seen her much tonight. The Maryland transfer checks out.
See if Iowa can go on a little run of their own here. So they just caught Pritchard there, a little bit out of position there.
Rollins receives. Holland down the middle. Nice job by Slagle to keep that in. Vanderwide way long. Penn State up by 2, and a big opportunity here for Penn State with the serve back, with one of its best at the service line of Parker to find a way to close out this set. Vanderwide. Rollins able to keep it up for a second, just threw her right hand at it, but couldn't get it elevated enough in the air, and Iowa back within 1. Vanderwide the serve. Hansen subs back in for Slagle. Vanderwide, the freshman from out of Michigan. Bit of a miscommunication there. Rollins just has to send a free ball over. Jones looks for the left side and gets the left side, and we are tied. Mainly thanks to a miscommunication between Hampton and Blossom for Penn State. And a big point coming up here for both teams. And Russ Rose will take a timeout. And we will, down by as much as 7 in this set, has tied things up. Penn State out of system right away. Stark. Vanderwide digs. Left side. Rollins gets it in the air. Stark again. Sails it long, and Iowa jumps ahead for the first time in a while, 23-22.
Substitution for the Nittany Lions.
Get a sub for Penn State. Erica Pritchard, the senior, checks in for Angelina Stark, the freshman. Stark, an outside hitter. Penn State looking for some firepower. There's a service error from Vanderwide, all tied up at 23. Perhaps the biggest point of the night coming up here.
Just another blown opportunity there for Iowa. See if Penn State can capitalize here. As Pritchard's back.
Down the middle, blocked. Out of bounds by Allie Holland. And we are at set point number 1 for Iowa. Amaya Jones set the serve.
Jones serving set point for Iowa.
Amaya Jones, the senior. 1 ace, 1 service error last night. Gets it over. Roll shot. Iowa knocked out of system. Blocked at the net, and Penn State wins the point. Allie Holland and Blossom got up for it. And we are tied at 24. Win by 2. Some extra volleyball here in the second set. Allie Holland, the sophomore, serves. Back line attack. Left side, Rollins, blocked at the net, out of bounds, and Penn State gets the kill, 25-22. They rise here at Rec Hall, but first Iowa will take a timeout. And Jordan, let's keep it right with the honors. Rollins, blocked in by Clayton, and we are tied up at 25. So we'll get some more free volleyball here for these two teams. Ortega, the setter, the sophomore at 5'9", the serve.
Good job there by Clayton.
Floats it, allows Penn State in system. Hoard down the middle. Vander Wide digs. Hampton, the Blossom. Hoard again. Another great dig, that time by Ortega. Here's Vander Wide. Parker, roll shot, miscommunication, joust at the net. Penn State wins it. It's Hoard. It's 14 kills for her tonight, and it's set point number 2 for Penn State.
It's Hoard, and here's Johnny, Jake, is really right there. The two Nittany Lions stars just really carrying the team here.
Blossom the serve, neither team with any timeouts remaining. There's a kill. Hannah Clayton, who has come up big here in this set. Her 6th kill of the night, 26 apiece.
That might start to charge us admission here, Jake, if we get any more free volleyball.
Hanson serves. Hoard. Kill. 14 for Caitlin Hoard, and once again, for the 3rd time this set, they rise here at Rec Hall. Adana Rollins to serve. Donna Rollins came into the weekend, 15 service aces on the season. Hampton, what a dig. Hoard with an overpass. Back to the right side. Hampton, what a dig. Blossom, Rollins off the tape. Kept in play. And that'll do it. Penn State wins set number 2, 28-26.
Night already. Love to see them try to finish their season on a high note tonight.
Just some sort of momentum. The Hawkeyes would love to bring back to Iowa City with them on their flight tonight. That one set out of bounds by Buzerio, but they're going to say it was tipped by Penn State.
I think Hampton might have just grazed that one there.
So Iowa gets the kill to start the set. 1 serving 0 for the setter Ortega. Almost an overpass, joust at the net. Penn State able to keep it in play. Back in the system. Nice diving dig there by Hinkle, sent back by Hoard on the block, and she gets the point for Penn State. 5th block of the night for Caitlin Hoard.
14 kills, 4 blocks so far for her. Just an outstanding match tonight so far for her.
Gabby Blossom, serve for Penn State. Buzerio gets the kill. Penn State trails 2-1. Blossom, one of 9 seniors set to be honored by Penn State tonight. Stick around on this Big Ten Plus stream at the conclusion of this match, as we will have the entirety of the Penn State Senior Night festivities right here on Big Ten Plus. But first, Penn State and Iowa have some business to take care of before the post-match ceremonies. Parker sends it over, tipped by Buzerio, and it's 2-2 here in the 3rd set.
And off that incredible play there in the middle by Hampton once again. I mean, come on.
Madonna Rollins, one of those seniors. This is the only season she has spent here in Happy Valley. It's been her first 3 seasons with Minnesota. She can't collect that one. She was a 2018 All-American honorable mention, 2020 Big Ten 2nd team.
As more size comes in here for the Hawkeyes as Amaya Jones checks back in.
Hinkle the libero, the serve, floated. Hoard. Vander Wide blocked. Hoard and Parker went up for it. 3-3.
Hoard checking out once again in favor of Holland. she has more than answered the bell when needed here tonight.
Jenna Hampton to serve for Penn State. Jones down the middle, but Holland, get up. Joined by Johnny Parker, and Penn State has its first lead of the set. Jenna Hampton, the serve for Penn State. Off the tape, Jones receives it. Back to Buzerio, nice job by her, works across court with the kill. Point for Iowa. Team leading 12th kill for Buzerio, no surprise there. Had 18 kills last night, leads the team in that category, second in the Big Ten with just over 4 kills per set. Just missing. Actually, no, not just missing. Getting the line was Angelina Stark with the kill. Penn State with the point, up 5-4.
Yeah, from our vantage point here, Jake, that didn't look like that ball stayed in, but now their coach reaching for a card here, so we'll play on.
Joust at the net. Stark again, left side. Vanderwide. Lost some sets, back to Parker. Cross-court roll shot. Little giddy after that one for Johnny Parker. Put another trick out of her bag.
And she is just so smooth. I mean, the touch there, whenever she's feeling it, she's feeling it.
Buzerio, Hampton, what a dig by her. Stark. Iowa stays in system, back to Vanderwide. Another nice dig by Jenna Hampton. Stark looking to finish it, and that she does. 2 great digs by Jenna Hampton on that point. Up to 15 digs tonight. Leads the team in that category and helped set up and catalyze a big win on that point for Penn State. Here's Parker again. Penn State on a little 3-0 scoring run. Hampton again. Rollins will have to send a free ball over. Hampton, once again, saves the day. Stark sends it over. Jones, and that time. Jones will get credit for the kill. It was a net violation on Penn State. Snaps a 3-0 Nittany Lions scoring run and puts Iowa within 2. Vanderwide the serve. She has been all over the court tonight. Penn State in system. Here's Holland. Roll shot. Confusion for Iowa. And there's a kill. 8-5 Penn State.
As she just seemingly dropped that one there on Jones. Unable to handle that one there. As Penn State's starting to run away with it.
We'll see Keaton Broughton for the first time tonight as Stark checks out. Broughton, another defensive specialist for this Penn State team. In for the first time tonight to serve. We'll see how deep Russ Rose goes on his bench. Penn State can pull away here in the third set. That one's out of bounds. Hansen with the hitting error. Rough night hitting for her, hitting 0-5-0. 4 kills in 20 total attempts. Broughton gets the serve again, up 4 for Penn State. That's a service error for Keaton Broughton, who saw a good amount of time at the beginning of last season. Playing time tapered off. He's played sparingly this season, mainly just as a server. 9-6, Amaya Jones to serve. Parker trying to find that soft spot down the middle. Free ball from the back line. Hampton, another beautiful dig. Rollins will just send it over from the left side. Penn State in system. Rollins sent back. Penn State able to cover. Backline attack Parker. Penn State covers once again. Rollins, that time gets the kill. Jones couldn't handle it. And Donna Rollins picks up her 5th kill of the night.
That's just the rhythm that you come to expect here with this Penn State team. Really, all through Russ Rose's career there, Jake, that's that system that you were mentioning there. Just constant rotation, everybody knowing what to do.
Almost a service ace. Free ball will be sent over by Hinkle. Dump move, Gabby Blossom. Goes the little dump, Penn State up 5, and for Blossom, that's her first kill of the night. And that's a matter of where they'll be next weekend. The hope for Penn State is to remain here, be one of the 16 host sites for the first round of the NCAA tournament. Penn State grows on its lead. Actually, no, they'll say it was an error on Penn State. So the point goes to Iowa, 7 serving 11. Penn State, 19-10 on the season, 12-7 in Big Ten play. Came in at 15 in last week's AVCA coaches poll. Blossom goes to the dump again, kill number 2.
He's had 2 really just creative finishes up there.
Penn State, number 15, they lost to Minnesota last night. Obviously struggled the first couple of sets to really pull away from this Iowa team in the first 2. See how they finish in the 3rd, but we'll see where the selection committee tabs Penn State. Will they say that the Nittany Lions are one of the 16 best teams in the country and give them a chance to host their first 2 matchups, or will they make Penn State go on the road and make for a much more challenging start to the NCAA tournament? All over the place to play here. Horde finishes. Iowa just knocked way out of system. And Horde gets kill number 15.
Parker and Horde are just pushing the pace here right now, really have this Iowa defense on their heels.
Penn State up by 6, looking to double up the Iowa lead. It's one of those senior leaders, Gabby Blossom, the serve. Bruzzero. Bruzzero slows down that Penn State run. Keeps Iowa within 5. The serve is Hansen. Horde, roll shot, sent back over on an overpass from Iowa. Rollins this time, Vander Wide digs it up. Back to Bruzzero. Penn State keeps it in play. There's Horde and a kill. Tipped at the net by Vander Wide, and Clayton went up for it. But Horde gets herself kill number 16 now, instead up by 6. Rollins set the serve. Pritchard will check in for Stark. Pritchard, the senior, the Maryland transfer, twice named in all Big Ten honoree with her time down in College Park with the Terrapins. Pancake dig kept in play. Penn State sends it over, but a nice kill there by Clayton, who lets out a big scream, trying to will her Iowa teammates back into this game.
Jones comes back in here now for the Hawkeyes with a ton of energy. See if Iowa can build on this.
Hinkle to serve. Parker, right down that right sideline with the kill. A beautiful shot from Parker. 8th kill tonight. Nice job by Parker, too. After struggling last night, hitting only 125, she's hitting 368 through about 2.5 sets so far tonight. Here's Hampton. Roll shot. Parker couldn't collect it. Collided with Erica Pritchard on the dive there. Penn State still leads by 5, though.
Great opportunity here for Iowa as Bazzario goes back.
Courtney Bruzzero to serve. Bruzzero was one of the first Hawkeyes to win postseason honors last year. She gets a service ace. First Hawkeye to win postseason honors since Sarah Meyerman back in 2001. Buzario, not the only Buzario to make some noise here at Iowa. Her sister graduated from Iowa back in 2019. The senior right side hitter, playing in perhaps her final match in an Iowa uniform, serves down 4. Stark, Vanderwide blocked at the net, joust, Penn State corrals, back to the near side, Parker. Pancake dig, sent back over. Another chance for Penn State, and it's a kill. Allie Holland, her 8th kill tonight. That ties her with Parker for 2nd on the team. Penn State leads by 5.
So we see Blossom check out here now for the Nittany Lions. Looks like that'll be in favor of Katie Clark.
Katie Clark checks in for Penn State. She'll be the setter. As Gabby Blossom checks out. See how long that's for. Here's Parker's serve. Another soft one from her. And a point to Penn State. Double contact called on Iowa. Penn State just 8 points away.
17, serving 11.
We said we'll see how deep Russ Rose opts to go in his bench late in this match. Parker keeps it in play. And Hampton tried to send a free ball over, but that one hit awkwardly off the bottom of her right hand. And Penn State's lead is down to 5 as Blossom will check back in for Katie Clark. Clark got a couple of points there for the Nittany Lions.
12-17.
Katie Clark, one of the 9 seniors to be honored after tonight. The senior from Arlington, Texas. Blossom, who spelled her again, gets it over to Parker. Jones down the middle, another great dig by Jenna Hampton. And there's a kill, Donna Rollins, another senior, making some noise tonight, her 6th.
Rollins just been so consistent here in this game. Rarely do you see her take anything off it, Jake. Her game tonight has just been full force.
Angelina Stark to serve. A night that has featured many seniors, a freshman getting some action there, and Holland, a sophomore, gets herself a kill. Look at some of the names on this Penn State team. Iowa will take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Penn State leads by 7, 19-12. Jake Starr, Jordan Mansberg.
Especially with head coach Russ Rose, which next year that'll be 44 years,
44
Jake?
years. Great dig by another one of those seniors. Well, not so much, goes into the stands. Hansen gets the kill. That's her 5th, 19-13. Penn State leads, but no, I mean, we'll see what happens with this program. We'll see what happens the next couple of weeks in the NCAA tournament. And we'll see who stays and who goes. That one's out of play. 20-13, Penn State leads. You know, could be the final match on this court for some of these seniors, obviously, as we said, not. You know, a lot of uncertainty of where Penn State will end up next week, as Sophie Walsh checks back in for Penn State. But yeah, we'll see where Penn State ends up next week, as Walls is also another senior. Russ Rose trying to get just some action here down the stretch. A lot of these players' parents in attendance tonight for senior night, as Walls hits the net on that one, so she'll check back out. Penn State leads by 6. A couple subs for Iowa. Buzario and Ortega checking out is Ona Bonho, along with Jenna Split, who we've seen sparingly tonight for Iowa. Ortega, the setter, set the serve for Iowa. Jump float. Blossom back to Rollins, tipped at the net. Hinkle keeps it in play. Dug up by Parker. Blossom has to retreat this set. Rollins pokes it over. Down the middle. Parker digs. Overpass from her. And sent back over. Out of system. Free ball sent over by Buzario. Penn State in system. There's Rollins blocked. Clayton and Buzario. Iowa within 5.
Iowa still just hanging in there. This team just refuses to give up.
It's an Iowa team that's 6-23, 13th in the Big Ten at 4-15. They were 4-16 last season. Horde sends it over. But it's a team, as we've seen tonight, refusing to quit. Hard off the hand of Parker, 21-15. Iowa, as we said earlier, beat Rutgers 3-1 last night. So it was a good start to this East Coast swing. And it goes about 4 hours inland here to State College, or University Park, that is. Looking for, some momentum. But I think there's a lot of things this Iowa team can be happy about tonight. And that's one of those players right there, Courtney Brusario, who knows where she's going to go next. The senior, as we said, a lot of those players get that extra year of eligibility. The Chino Hills California native. And we'll see what her next step is. Will she remain in a Hawkeye uniform? That remains to be seen. Parker drops it in, little teardrop. 3 points away to Penn State.
Brusario, tremendous college career, I want to say that you want her to come back, Jake, but obviously with that extra year of eligibility, whether or not what she chooses to do moving forward next year will be interesting and stuff. But if this is it, she has absolutely nothing to regret here in her college career.
Rosario, 15 kills tonight, hitting .351, leaving all out on the court. Penn State looking to close in on win number 20 on the season. Parker, boom! Penn State 2 points away. Penn State looking for win number 10 at home this season. Iowa 2-10. Away from Iowa City this season. Hampton has had an excellent night defensively. Pritchard. Hampton has 17 digs tonight. Blossom gets one that time. Set Hampton. Here's Pritchard again. Iowa doing all it can to keep it in play. Brusario, cross court kill. 23-17. Iowa not done yet. Jones checks in. Checking out is Clayton. Marie Hinkle, the junior libero, serves for the Hawkeyes. Floats it. Hampton up to receive. Horde. Vanderwide. Kill. 23-18, Iowa. As they have done all night long, showing tremendous fight. Hinkle serves again. Parker.
She's been on a mission here, Jake.
Johnny Parker, Penn State, 24-18, and for perhaps the final time tonight. The crowd will rise here at Rec Hall. It's match point number 1. Penn State won the first, 25-22. They won the second, 28-26. Took all that Iowa could offer tonight. Looking for a sweep. And it'd have to wait at least one more point as Gabby Blossom can't handle that one. 24-19.
Good catch there in the stands, though.
Best player on the floor tonight, Courtney Brusario. 17 kills, 1 service ace. Looking to keep the season alive for Iowa. Pritchard, game, set, match. Win number 20 for Penn State. Sweeps Iowa 25-22, 28-26, and 25-19.